Hi, Larry Wynn, CEO at Summit Imaging, and this is another video and contribution to the healthcare community because our customers have asked us to share what we're learning about organizational development. And the topic today is going to be selecting the right people to be on the team. And we have our guest.
I'm Kim Nelson. I've been happy to work with Summit. I'm an organizational development specialist, and it's interesting to me that Larry's chosen this topic because this is sort of where things start. Getting the right people in the door. One of the famous quotes here is, of course, in the book "Good to Great," is getting the right people on the bus and then getting them in the right seat in the bus.
Absolutely. And that was one thing that was so critical for what we do at our organization to maintain quality because there's so many strengths and so many different personalities and people that we want to harness all that talent.
Absolutely.
And we see the mistake made all too often that a particular talent is not a great fit for maybe the position
Right.
that they're in right now. And unfortunately, that most of the time ends up in a separation. And you watch talent walk out the door, and to us, that just kills us because
Right.
we need that to stay here as long as it can. And
And one of the things I think, Larry, in smaller companies or in immediate-sized companies, it has even more impact.
absolutely,
Production, quality, familiarity, all the systematic things, standard operating procedures, all of those things are lost, and all that training's lost when somebody leaves or when we've made the wrong hire.
yeah, and especially as we morph, our team and they grow within the
Hmm.
organization, their job descriptions actually change, and they're wearing multiple hats. Seeing talent like that as they grow and to leave an organization because of some silly fit
Hmm.
issues. I think it's incumbent on us to retain that talent and
That's
and
right.
put them on the right seat at bus.
And you
So
get the right people in the door, the right quality of person, then the easier it is to cross train or to build a redundancy of skills and to
yeah,
build managers as you go. I think the key again, Larry, is being not just overly careful, but observant as you bring somebody in the door.
absolutely.
One of the things I think that's really helped here is vetting new employees' resumes, for example.
Yes, absolutely. It's such a interesting time, and looking at resumes, and especially being here in the Seattle area, having
Mhm.
a lot of talent and a lot of different areas in technology. Vetting the resume is really important because we really want to validate everything, and we really took what healthcare facilities are starting to do now with a high level of intensity is vetting suppliers.
Sure,
We should do the same thing with all of our employees
absolutely.
because resumes is we are looking for talent, and we are really trying to distill down what are the skills and the the talents that a potential team member can bring to
And
us.
I think those skills, characteristics, experiences, whatever it is, I think there are two sort of corporate images in terms of hiring or focuses. And one is, why don't we hire this guy? Let's find a way that this guy or gal is not the person for us. The other is, let's find out about this person so we can
Mhm.
identify those skills and talents. We're looking to hire somebody, not who to hire.
Correct. And I think it's all too easy for, HR divisions to, quickly fall in love with what they're being told. And I think the one thing that we're doing really effectively is proving the behavior. What we're looking for is the behavior that we should expect from new team members coming in the door. And we do this by a lot of tests to
Absolutely.
validate the skills. So if we're repairing down to component level, we are assessing soldering skills.
Hmm.
We also assess the ability to learn. We're not a huge corporation,
Hmm.
and so there's a lot to learn. This is a sophisticated business. It's very complex. So are they able to demonstrate that they can learn? And another critical factor, which I think we'll do a whole nother video on
Sure.
later, is emotional intelligence.
Absolutely.
It's interesting that the correlation between IQ in success in an organization is actually very low. And the correlation between EQ, which is emotional intelligence, and success within an organization is actually a very high correlation. So, emotional intelligence is a huge topic on its
Factor.
own, and we're finding probably one of the most critical that we're looking for.
I would agree. One last thing that I'd like to mention here is better to spend the time up front. Let's say you get 10 applicants and you find one that's okay or maybe two that are okay. Better to get 10 new applicants and figure I've got to take the best one of these 10.
Hmm.
And take that time up front, because the money lost or the production lost or the time lost there is not nearly as great as after you've spent the time bringing somebody along. I think the impact is to spend that time up front so you have a better chance for their success.
Yeah, and the benefit
Mhm.
is multifaceted.
I agree.
So number one, the benefit is you have a great team player that can be a big contributor to the organization, because
Yep.
that's what we're all looking for. Is that when we add on new team members, we want contributors.
I agree.
Number two, it gives stability in the organization as well. When there's a low level of EQ
Mhm.
present in an organization, more often than not, you find chaos. And that chaos is a huge distraction to the entire organization, and therefore, production and all that, decreases. And then from there, with the larger contributions, it's just better for the company as a whole.
And all the
We all
individuals.
win together, and
Correct.
now adding in that mentor-mentee, it just provides some really solid
I
relationships
agree.
to learn from each other and to grow an organization.
And that's the objective.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So thank you, Kim, for sitting down with
My
us
pleasure.
today and
Good fun.
sharing your wisdom with us in the healthcare
So
facilities.
wise. Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed our discussions today. We have more videos coming, so subscribe to our YouTube channel,
Please.
like us on Facebook, follow us on LinkedIn, and talk to you next time. Bye.
Thank you.